Hello everyone. Welcome to KD Sir's botany classes. Today's topic is viruses. 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 It is today's topic. It's a virus is a Latin word. Latin word which means poisonous fluid. Latin word which means poisonous fluid. Viruses are basically nucleoprotein entities which make use of the cells of host for their multiplication. I said that viruses are basically subcellular, non-cellular entities which make use of cells of host because they are obligate parasites, endoparasites. They make use of cells of host for their multiplication. These are viruses. Currently, if I will tell you students, there are about 5,000 viruses known. 5,000 viruses are currently known. The study of viruses is known as virology. Study of viruses is known as virology. Now, let me tell you their discovery. The term virus was coined for the first time by Pasteur for a poisonous fluid which caused a disease. So this name virus or this term virus, it has been first used by Pasteur, which means the term virus. Virus means a poisonous fluid, a poison or a secretion. This word virus was for the first time used by Pasteur for a poisonous fluid which causes a disease. Actually, it was DJ Ivanovsky, a Russian botanist, who was a Russian botanist. In 1892, this Russian botanist recognized certain microbes which caused disease in tobacco plants. These microbes were very small. These were smaller than bacteria because these passed through bacteria-proof filters. This was the first step towards the actual discovery of viruses. Russian botanist D.G. Ivanovsky in 1892 first recognized certain microbes which caused disease in tobacco plants. The disease in tobacco plants was a mosaic type of disease. Mosaic disease. These microbes were very small. These were smaller than bacteria because they passed through bacteria-proof filters. Then M. Biernick in 1898, this scientist, he was a Dutch bacteriologist. M. Biernick in 1898, he saw that the extract of these tobacco plants, diseased tobacco plants, caused disease in healthy tobacco plants. Caused disease in healthy tobacco plants. Hence he called this extract or the fluid from these infected tobacco plants as Contagium vivum fluidum. Contagium vivum fluidum, which means infectious living fluid. Infectious living fluid. This was discovered by Dutch bacteriologist Biernick in 1898. What he discovered? He discovered that fluids or extracts which were taken from diseased tobacco plants caused infection in healthy tobacco plants. And he called this infectious fluid as Contagium vivum fluidum, which means infectious living fluid. The structure of viruses remained a mystery for a very long time because these viruses were very small to be seen under light microscope. But these viruses were first living organisms to be observed under electron microscope when electron microscope was discovered in 1930s. Viruses are still known as biological puzzles, and viruses are also called as living chemicals. They are known as biological puzzles or living infectious chemicals. Living infectious chemicals. Living infectious chemicals. Okay, this was the introduction of virus. Let us go now for general characteristics of viruses. General characteristics of viruses. General characteristics of viruses. Number one, general characteristic of viruses, that these viruses are very small, smallest of all living entities, smallest of all living organisms, smallest of all living organisms. In fact, they are on average, they are 50 times smaller than bacteria. 50 times smaller than bacteria. And their average size ranges from 20 nanometers to 300 nanometers. This is their first character about their size. Smallest of all living organisms, on average 50 times smaller than bacteria, and their average size is 20 nanometers to 300 nanometers. One character. Number two character, viruses have a definite shape. Viruses may be spherical in shape. Viruses may be cubical in shape. Viruses may be, polyhedral in shape. Polyhedral in shape. Or they may be tadpole-like. Tadpole-like. This is their second general character. They have a shape of various types. Third general character. Viruses are non-cellular. They don't possess cell wall. They don't possess cell membrane. Or even for that matter, any cellular organism, cell organelle is absent in viruses. But they are just infectious, ultramicroscopic entities. This is their third general characteristic. Fourth general characteristic or character of viruses is that they can live only inside a host. That means they don't enjoy a free living mode of life. They can live only as parasites. That means they are obligate parasites. And in fact, they are obligate endoparasites, which means they only live inside other living organisms. They may live inside plants, inside animals, inside human beings. But free living mode of viruses doesn't occur. They don't show free living mode of life. Outside the living host, they are as dead as any living thing. They are inert. These viruses are inert outside the living host. And inert or inactive virus, which has not yet infected any other living organism, it is called as virion. It is called as virion. Okay. Now, fifth general character of viruses is that they have a simple structure. Viruses have a simple structure. They possess a core, which is also called as nucleide or nucleic acid core. Okay, covered by a coat. These main two structures of viruses are core and coat. Core consists of nucleic acids. Central part of the virus is known as core. It consists of nucleic acids. In case of viruses, the nucleic acids may be either DNA or RNA, but never both. Viruses don't possess both RNA and DNA. They possess only one of them. Either they possess DNA or RNA. This is core. And outside this core, there is a covering which is made up of proteins. This is known as proteinaceous core. This is the simple structure of viruses. They have a central part which is known as core, which is made up of nucleic acids. Nucleic acids may be either DNA or RNA. And this nucleic acid core or the central part, it is covered by a covering or animal coat which is made up of proteins. Okay. Viruses, one more character. Viruses are pathogenic. Viruses cause diseases. Some of the common diseases caused by viruses are HIV, mumps, tobacco, mosaic disease, mumps, you see, influenza. HIV virus causes AIDS, right? These are some, diseases which are caused by viruses. AIDS, mumps, influenza, chickenpox, smallpox, smallpox, sorry. And in plants, viruses cause diseases such as curling and rolling of leaves, such as, stunted growth in plants, mosaic formation. These are some diseases caused by viruses in plants. Okay. Now, one more character of viruses is that viruses are specific to their targets. Each virus attacks and infects particular cells, particular living organisms. If I will tell you, a virus which attacks a plant rarely attacks an animal. A virus which attacks an animal rarely attacks, a plant. And there is a specialization. There are some viruses which attack only bacteria, and those viruses are called as bacteriophages. Okay? This is the point which I want to tell you, that they are specific to their targets. They have been separated on the basis of their action. Those viruses which attack bacteria, they are separated. They can attack only bacteria. Those are known as bacteriophages. Similarly, there are specific viruses for plants, and there are specific viruses for animal infection or plant infection. Okay. These are some general characteristics of viruses which I told you. Now, biological status of viruses. Biological status of viruses. What is the biological status of viruses? Yet, the biological status of viruses has not been decided, because in five-kingdom system of classification, viruses were not given a place. They were not given a place in five-kingdom system of classification. And Stanley in 1935, first crystallized and purified the virus. Much like the chemicals such as salts and sugars, viruses were for the first time crystallized by Stanley in 1935. Crystallized and purified. And since then, the biological status of viruses has become a bit difficult to understand. It has become controversial. There are both living characters and non-living characters of viruses. So it is very difficult to allot any kingdom to these viruses. If we will consider them as plants, but they possess animal, if we consider them as living things, right? It's very difficult, because these possess characters of non-living things also. This crystallization, purification, precipitation, these are those processes which are generally associated with non-living things. But here viruses do show these processes. In fact, this tobacco mosaic virus, which was for the first time crystallized and purified by Stanley. Stanley got a Nobel Prize for crystallizing the virus. So, viruses possess both living characters and non-living characters. We will discuss these characters one by one. Let me come to the first characters of viruses. Characters of viruses which consider them as living things. Number one, viruses have a shape. The shape of viruses may be, as I already told you, they may be spherical in shape, they may be cuboidal in shape, polyhedral in shape, tadpole-like shape. Shape is generally associated with living things, because non-living things are generally amorphous, without any shape. So, this clearly indicates that if there is a definite shape, they may be living things. Number two, viruses possess genetic material, either DNA or RNA. This presence of genetic material is basic to the life, right? Basic to the life. Viruses produce their copies, they multiply, they reproduce, and this reproduction inside the host is definitely a living character. Achha, viruses show response to the environmental, changing environmental conditions, such as humidity, heat, alcohol. Viruses undergo mutation, response to the ultraviolet radiations, alcohols, extreme heat, humidity. This is usually shown by living things. So some of these characters, which I gave you, suggest that viruses are living things. Tomorrow we will here discuss those characters which suggest that viruses are non-living things. Thank you.